Right, we're on. Today we're going to talk about taking the golf club straight back and straight through and how to do that correctly. How do you actually take the club straight back and straight through and keep the club on plane? It's much easier than it sounds, honestly. As we know, the club gets swung behind our body, we hit ball, then it goes behind our body again. If we try and keep the club square to our target line, then that's not going to happen. So that makes it unachievable. So then we have to manipulate the thing. The thing is the golf club. And that manipulation is not good for the golf swing. That's going to create inconsistencies within our stroke, within our pattern, within our strike. So today I'm going to show you the correct way and how to take the club straight back and straight through while staying on plane. Before we start though, if you like the content I put on this channel, please consider subscribing. It's free of charge. Hit the bell notification as well to make sure you get instant notifications of all my videos, and the thumbs up button, that's good for me, shares it around YouTube, and I love that. Okay, so taking the club straight back and straight through. I have an alignment cane on the ground here. Now imagine I'm hitting a golf ball straight along that, and if I took the club straight back and straight through from a good address position, and I go straight back and straight through, keeping the club on that target line, I would take the club back, and then of course it would continue on there. We would come up here on a very upright plane, down, hit ball and round. Now that's unachievable, but unfortunately some golfers do that. They try and keep the club as square to the target as possible on that line for as long as they possibly can. Manipulation has to happen to make sure you get strike from there. It's not going to help you. Trying to keep that club on that line for as long as possible, there and then back down on that line for as long as possible. The club has to be swung around behind us. That's purely because of the lie angle of the golf club. The club sits on a lie angle, so a static lie angle of the shaft. The shaft is not straight up and down, which would make it very simple to do, but it's not. It's on an angle, so it has to swing round behind you, hit ball round behind you. But how do we take the club straight back and straight through in the correct fashion? This drill will probably blow your mind. So I'm standing square onto my target line. I'm straight as I possibly can be, and my arms are stretched out at 90 degrees or as close to 90 degrees as I can possibly get. And then if I take my hands away from each other, so my right hand towards camera, left hand away, like so, now that is a straight line. I'm taking those hands back in a perfectly straight horizontal line, perfectly straight away from the centre of my body. Like so, away from the body. That is all I'm doing there. Now that is a straight line. That is how you take the golf club back, in a perfectly straight line. I know what you're thinking. Now, from here, take my stance width, flex my knees, and then tilt towards golf ball. So now my arms are close to 90 degrees. I get the feeling of that. They will be below that when I get the golf club in my hand. But from there, if I take my hands again straight back and straight through, watch what happens to them in relation to the ball to target line. So my hand is now inside here. It's not stayed straight along the target line because that's a manipulation. There, there. Now if you do this, just stand up just now. Let me get. Come on. There, there, down. Move your hands away, just keep doing that. That is straight back and straight through. So in relation to the spine tilt, that's as straight back and straight through as you'll get in the golf swing. Now what does that mean? What's that going to do with the golf club? What's it going to do with the shaft, lie angle and dynamic lie angle? I'm about to show you. So I'm now set up using the swing plate. So I've got my swing plate, I've got my cane, which is the same, or as close to the same static lie angle as my 8-iron. As close to. Okay. Club is on the line. I'm in good position, set with no club, and my hands come along and up that plane. Okay. I put the club in my hand, good, right hand only, so separate the hands, and I take my hands away from each other in a straight line, so straight back and straight through, there. Now my golf shaft is very close to where it should be on plane. That is straight back and straight through. There, 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 and I'm just going straight back and straight through, and I'm now able to get the shaft on plane, I think. It feels as though it's on plane. It's hard for me to see the camera angle there. I'm sure in the edit it will show me that I'm slightly off, but that's how you take the club straight back and straight through. It's as close a feeling as we're going to get. So what does it all mean? Well, the drill is what it all means. It means getting into that position and feeling that. Feeling that, that's straight back, straight through. The right hand only is the actual feeling we're after. And of course, when we take the golf club back, we put turn of the body, so the torso turns. So if I can create this feeling here, there, add left hand and go with it, I'm going to be on plane. I'm going to be on plane. I'm going to be on plane. Now of course as the swing gets longer we'll come slightly off that plane, so we'll get to there, and then of course we go up so it comes slightly off plane, but there's much more chance of coming back onto that plane on the way down, hitting ball and returning on that plane on the way back up post impact. And that all comes from understanding how it feels to simply do that. There are no words. My work here is done. So now we grab a couple of golf balls and try and feel this as we play the shot, which is obviously a different game altogether. It's now dynamic, it now means something, but I can get myself feeling that straight back, straight through. That's a straight line. I've tilted over, that's a straight line, but of course it makes my hands go behind me and behind me. So it's trying to feel that, so straight line, behind, behind, then there's more chance of being on plane. So just short ones, behind, behind. I've come up the plane. Again, behind, behind. Remember, straight line back is round behind, round behind. It's not straight up and down. If you've forgotten that already, please start the video again. It's there, using this spot and this spot, not using that spot and that spot. There, that's where I want to be. Good, feel that on the shot. There, there, you can hear strikes great. I've not added any real rotation of the body yet. Don't think I will, to be fair. There, there, it's naturally happening. I increase the range of motion, so instead of going to here, try and get up to here as I play the shot. Body then starts to turn without me really thinking about it. I'm purely thinking about getting from there to there with a bit of turn. And a bit of turn, the bit of turn will naturally happen because the range of motion is increased. So the body has to turn, because if it doesn't I can only get to there and there. So naturally will rotate, so there, there. These are all good. One more, that, into that, into that. And we're good, we're taking the club straight back and straight through. Who'd have thought that? Isn't that wild? Isn't it amazing that when you break the golf swing down into small segments like that, how simple it can actually be? Yet we go out there on the range or on the golf course and we confuse it, we make it as awkward as we can, we try and be too funky, we try and, I don't know, we just complicate it. There's paralysis by analysis, we get inside our own head, we think too much into it, we get in our own way. But refining things, and this is what the Golf Channel here is all about, refining things and making it as simple as possible. Golf is hard. Golf is a very, very hard game. I teach beginners, and for initially to get the golf ball in the air, oh my God, that's hard work. But when it happens, it's so simple. Everything just fell into place. The strike felt great, and it was easy peasy, wasn't it? And golf instruction should be like that. Breaking things down, taking the technical sides of things. You've seen my Bryson DeChambeau stuff, you've seen my golfing machine stuff, how technical the game can be. And when you word it that way, it's bang. But then to refine that, and this channel's about that, it's about making the game, simplifying it as easy as possible, but functionally. So there's a function behind it. Every shot has a purpose. We can play golf, understanding the technical side, but put it into something that's bang, dead simple. Oh, how do I take the club straight back and straight through? Well, that's it. You do that. I'll see you in the next video.